Yeah, hi. Good afternoon to all of you. As communicated to you earlier, I'll be discussing on salient features, dimensions, and implications of our upcoming financial analytics course. So let me now commence my talk. Let me start my talk. First of all, let me discuss what is this financial analytics. In our last video, our dean discussed some features and what would be covered. So I'll just further elaborate on that. So first of all, what is analytics? Okay, so analytics basically, as you are all aware of, it's a kind of, people are talking about it. It has been discussed, and it has been also argued widely that it is going to be the most key strategic enabler for all the business. Now, it's basically analytics starts from torturing the data. Okay, torturing data means we have to extract the data, we have to explore the different characteristics of the data, and we have to visualize the data, and we have to model the data using state of the art techniques, computational techniques, or artificial intelligence techniques, and draw some insights. Now, insights could be of two types. One is meaningful insights, and another is actionable insights. Okay, so when we talk about analytics, we emphasize more on actionable insights, not just meaningful insights. So what actions or what strategic development can be achieved through performing financial analytics? So in this particular, here I'll be talking about that. So when you apply analytics in financial data or solving financial problem, it becomes financial analytics. But please note that it's not restricted to finance only. It can be applied to other domains also. But since our course is on financial analytics, I'll be talking about some features, dimensions, and aspects as well as implications of analytics in finance. Okay. So, first of all, let me slightly deviate from technical discussions. Let me discuss something you might feel interested. I guess all of us have seen the movie Exodus, Gods and Kings, right? So in that movie, what happened? We have seen that 7 years of plenty in Egypt was followed by 7 years of famine, right? Now, drawing upon the biblical reference, it is also known as Joseph's effect. Now, the Joseph's effect is a historical, as I said, it's a biblical event. Now, whether it has any implications to our present day stock market or present day financial data, can we link can we link them, link these two events? I mean, can we link the implications or the effect or the Joseph's effect to modern day financial or equity markets? Can we model the financial stock markets using these historical events? Yes, we can do that. That's what one of the one feature which we have included in our course, which is also known as fractal modeling. So we'll be discussing how financial or stock market data can be modeled using these. These as advanced techniques which are of if we go back to history or other domain also, so we'll figure out some links and some contextual similarities, right? So going ahead, financial data, first thing we said that equity finance is not just restricted to equity, but equity market is one of the major contributor of overall financial data that you can access. So, and in today's context, we are moving towards gig economy to some extent. Gig economy means the upcoming the major job market. Those who are actually pursuing your PGDM or engineering or other technical disciplines or any other disciplines also, you may not work for a particular company full time. You might some of us might have to go for different contractual obligations. Some of us will be working on freelancer as a different organizations, two different organizations. So in this gig economic setup, or sometimes also nowadays sharing economy mode is also being revolutionized. It has been discussed. It will take this Airbnb and other parts, and as a part of gig economy, uh, to optimize the overall financial, or I mean to optimize your own personal finance. It's very important not just to listen to the experts, but to apply your uh, but to apply your but to apply some statistical or your own knowledge in order to draw, or in order to take decisions, not just to listen to experts. Experts opinion and others opinion can be misleading. Nowadays, we are seeing, it's extremely relevant. Daily we come across a lot of negative news, and please don't. My advice would be to don't listen to them every time, because nobody knows what would happen. Likewise, in this context of gig economy or in the sharing economy environment, it would be very important for you to master these techniques in order to actually manage your own finance. So, how do you manage your own finance? First of all, or yeah, from the context of managing your own finance, the implications like how do you optimize your investment? Okay, how do you make profitable investment, or how do you form a portfolio, or how do you identify a mutual fund which would be profitable, right? So how do you get to know that? Can analytics be leveraged in order to take such decisions? Yes, it can be done. So there is something, one aspect of our course is predictive and predictive analytics of financial data, not just stock market data, but other data also. So using predictive analytics, we can actually estimate, next day return, next day price, or even you can elongate the time interval also. You can get predictions over for a period of 1 month ahead or 1 year ahead also, and you can dynamically come up with dynamical portfolios, or you can also realign your portfolios in order to mitigate the risks, right? So that is another aspect of our particular course, is to enable you to analyze the financial data and to make forecasts. Nowadays Facebook has come up with their forecasting algorithm called Prophet. Prophet is the name of the algorithm, which is a time series modeling algorithm. We'll be demonstrating that in our course also. So how we can use Facebook's own technology, Facebook's own algorithm, in order to predict, different financial, not just stock market, exchange rates, or other assets also. Okay. Now, another important aspect, or another growing concern in the financial area, is the cryptocurrency. Okay, although nowadays, 1 year back or 1.5 year back, it had experienced a skyrocket growth. To some extent, there's some hindrances and some negative news has hindered the growth of the cryptocurrency market. But it is still, although in some countries it is still a very profitable, cash market which you can explore. So now, but another aspect of cryptocurrency, or this block, basically all the cryptocurrencies are executed on blockchains, right? So in blockchain you have a mechanism called POW mechanism, or proof of work, which is a computational puzzle one needs to solve. Now, what happens is that, in this cryptocurrency market, apart from profitable trading or mining, another important aspect is that modeling the energy consumption on the electronic waste, which is a very fascinating problem that one needs to understand, or from the perspective of academicians and researchers, how you can manage all these things. So not just the return, the profit which you can get through out of this market, but also you have to take a look at the environmental sustainability. Okay, so that is one area where where the researchers and academicians are, it has actually attracted their attention, and they are fascinated, and we'll see how we can use the techniques in order to model such problems. Another area would be I discussed portfolio, I discussed stock market, I discussed exchange rate also, commodities also. Now, So I discussed fractal modeling for characterizing time series. I discussed predictive modeling of Google itself. Now, nowadays, for daily trading, people are active research are being conducted to read the earning call transactions. So what textual data is present in the transcriptions and try to correlate with the views of the whatever presented in this question answer form of a transcription and trying to map it with returns of particular individual stocks. So how NLP can be used, or how natural language processing, or all these things can be used for predicting the stocks at company level, that can also be explored. And I also discussed mutual fund, how you can actually get to know whether someone would give you some advice, some provide you some recommendations, but it requires that you should also be you should be also be aware of certain technologies and tools by which you can also explore. You should not you should not blindly trust anybody. Instead, you should also take a look at the data. All these data are available, and you should apply whatever the tool. We will try to make you. We'll try to. Our objective is to enable you to use these tools. Our objective is to master you with these tools so that you can actually analyze and apply these tools in order to, as I said, to draw actionable insights. Okay, not just meaningful insights, right? So that is one aspect. Now, now you may ask me, sir, that one another question is that, okay, I am not from finance background. I have never worked in financial sector, or I have no knowledge of finance. Then should I attend this course or not? I mean, okay, fine. The course contains different techniques that have been discussed in the earlier videos also. But the question is why should I attend this course? We discussed a lot of applications, a lot of techniques, tools, lot of development. I said that Facebook has its own algorithm, which we'll be exploring in this course. The question is that you may ask me that what is the point of if I don't have a finance background, then should I go for this course or not? Yes, I would say that as I discussed also, that we'll be experiencing gig economy to a larger extent. And it's not just that if you are not from finance, that you will not be dealing with finance. You have to, in this economy, or after this pandemic is over, we have to, we don't know what kind of situations we will be facing, but is that we can't run away from different problems. So this course, is to ensure you, is to make you, vigilant against decision making, for automatic or intelligent decision making. So the techniques or the tools that we'll be teaching will be dealing with financial data, but you can also apply it to different fields also. And it's something. If you have a feeling like that, okay, I will never be dealing with financial data. That's not true. That you might have to do it. You might. It's. I mean, you might have not worked with financial data, or you have not. You have no idea of stock market, but it's not like that. Will be not dealing with them in near future. So you might have to deal with them in near future. So I think so. Considering these aspects, I believe that I invite you all to actually attend this course and learn these techniques and make yourself familiarized with these techniques and tools, and draw actionable insights so that accordingly you can plan, you can manage your portfolio, you can invest, you can identify which market to invest, you can identify which market is resilient, which market is having high volatility or high uncertainty, with different techniques like ranging from fractal modeling, predictive modeling, machine learning, natural language processing, deep learning, etc. The last thing I'll be talking about is that what happens in the field of medical or pharmacy, or in the medical colleges, we have doctors who actually operate in the morning shift, and in the evening shift they actually take the sessions. In academics, it's something not like that. We as academicians, we discuss problem, we write research papers, but we do actually we do not pay do not pay high attention towards industrial problems. So what happened? There is still, although we discuss the industry and academic gap should be minimized, should be reduced, but we actually pay very little attention towards it, right? Because the doctors or the medical academicians, those who are academic professionals in medical college, they also operate as well as they teach. But here in academics, we pay more attention to academics, and in Indian context, I'm talking about, but less attention towards industrial or actual problems, actual financial problems, actual problems that they face. So I invite all industry professionals to actually, to join this course and discuss with us the different problems that you face. How it would be a good opportunity for us also to collaborate and to try to reduce this or to minimize this gap. This gap is, we all discuss, and this post-COVID, I mean, we are still in this COVID era, and it is very important to actually reduce this gap and to understand what you guys face in your sectors and what we have, what knowledge we have, and we would like to leverage our knowledge, and we like to have the problems that you face. Accordingly, we can work on and we can come up with some, good publications or other aspects also. So it's not just for academicians, students, and research scholars. I ardently, invite the industry professionals also to join this course so that we can actually discuss different problems, and that this would actually eventually help us also to understand the kind of problems that you face. We can actually work on our course curriculum to other courses, and we can, this interface can have a very strong interface. We can reduce the gap. The other sector, the medical sector that I have discussed, the gap is not, but in academics, in the other sector, this gap is, is not, we have not done any significant contribution to actually avoid this gap. So we would like to achieve, we would like to, avoid this gap to a large extent as much as possible. So basically, these are the some features in the terms of fractal modeling, predictive modeling, machine learning, Facebook's own technology, deep learning, NLP. These will be the basic features of our course. Dimensions in the context is that, we'll be talking about your portfolio, stock markets, exchange rates, cryptocurrencies, and also credit default analysis. So are the problems that banks face, or whether issuing a loan or not. So these are the different, we can say these are the different dimensions or different problems that we'll be trying to explore in this course. We'll try to see how we can actually manage, or we can we can leverage the analytics to solve such problems. And implications, as I discussed, in this post-COVID era, this the gig economic environment, financial analytics is going to be a game changer. And this is for sure. A lot of talk and people discussed hydroxychloroquine is going to be a game changer. I don't know. I mean, we still don't know whether it is. I mean, it is actually game changer or not. But we can definitely, claim that FA is going to be, or financial analytics is going to be a game changer for, this in this upcoming gig economic era. And we'd like to also have an industry collaboration, or reduce this industry academia gap, so that we can actually deliver courses which are should be useful. We should actually minimize this the time that require the kind of gap, the prevailing gap, in order to make students industry ready at campus itself. Okay, so I hope I have given some inputs to you, some inputs that I'd say that would be beneficial for you. Now, if you have any questions, any doubts, any queries, you can just send us a mail. We have actually uploaded the registration form in our website also. We have also given the links in Facebook. So if you have any questions, any doubts, any silly doubts, whatever, just don't hesitate to write to us. Just mail it to us. We'll try to answer all your queries. Now with this, now let me uh, sign up. I'll just end the video. Okay. All the best.